We are live in our studios on Kadaba Avenue. You're watching QTV Nightly News, and I'm Jacqueline Coley. Thank you for joining us. Here are the headlines. Tensions continue to rise in the Gambia as youth-led protesters blocked traffic at Westfield while demanding the release of colleagues detained by police since Thursday during demonstrations over the alleged undervalued sale of assets seized from former President Yahya Jammeh. The managing director of the National Water and Electricity Company, Gallo Sadie, has reassured the public that NAWEC is committed to reducing frequent power outages during the upcoming rainy season. In a bid to reduce the unemployment rate in the Gambia, particularly among youth in the West Coast region, the Crab Island TVET Training Center was inaugurated on Thursday in Biam, located in the Foni Kansala district. The Ministry of Trade and Industry, through its She Trades Hub initiative in collaboration with the Fangsoto Farmers Federation, is set to dispatch over 1,000 bags of onions to the local market produced by farmers in Katong. Also in sports news, the Gambia lost to Ivory Coast at home in the first leg of the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup qualifiers at the Independence Stadium on Friday. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. Many thanks for joining us. Now, tensions continue to rise in the Gambia as youth-led protesters blocked traffic at Westfield while demanding the release of colleagues detained by police since Thursday. The unrest follows an April 30th report alleging that assets seized by ex-President Yahya Jammeh were sold far below market value, with some allegedly acquired by sitting ministers. Here is an excerpt from this developing story.
The demand here is very simple, you know. Free the youths, no negotiation.
These are the young people of this country. We cannot be intimidated in our country. We have the constitutional right to come out to set our rights, and we have not violated any constitution of the land. We are calling on the authorities to release our youth. Let's go home. Without that, we are staying here forever.
They were not arrested, they were kidnapped. 27 of our brothers have been kidnapped and have been put in incommunicado. Or else Westfield motor de ñew. We are blocking the road, until suñu brother ñu free len. Fi traffic bi du daw. And that's the reason why we are here. And then we are ready to be arrested, all of us, and then end of story.
Enough is enough. Power to the people. We are here and we will spend the night here if they don't release them.
Gambian youth are behind the bars, and the only crime that they committed is seeking for the truth. So we are going to be here until they are released, and then we are going to be here until the truth is being told.
Things are getting worse, and I will only say that it is as a result of information blackout. Because the thing is, the government is not communicating, and if they are communicating, they are not even communicating, accurately or the way it is expected. The number is increasing by the day, and this is something that is very unnecessary, to be honest. What they have to do is what we are demanding for. Let them release the detainees. Let them release the protesters. They didn't do anything. And let them not only release them with charges, but unconditionally.
Together we work, we go with them together. You talk to office IGP or whatever, then we dialogue. We don't dialogue and negotiate. Where some brothers are in prison. Understand?
Understand your point. I agree. I cannot dialogue when my brothers are in prison.
Yes, exactly.
Now the process has started.
Yes.
Why the traffic that we are jamming?
That is the reason why we block the traffic is to put their attention. Nani, freedom has a price and it has a cost. Don't accept anything, my brother.
Now, following the protest, it has now been confirmed that the detained protesters have been released and have reunited with their colleagues. Moving on, frequent power outages during the rainy season are not unusual, but their effects are often deeply felt by households and businesses across the country. Gallo Sadie, the managing director of the National Water and Electricity Company, NAWEC, has assured the public that the utility is dedicated to minimizing these impacts. Usman Jata tells us more.
The Gambia's rainy season often brings more than just welcome showers. Torrential rains and windstorms can sometimes cause significant damage to the national power grid, leading to prolonged outages. These weather-related disruptions affect communities, interrupting daily routines, crippling businesses and compromising critical services like hospitals and water supply systems. Addressing a recent press conference, NAVEC's Managing Director Gallo Sedi acknowledged the weather-based challenge, emphasizing the company's commitment to improving resilience.
When it's too windy, too much rain, power goes off, right? So that is not going to change overnight. Yeah, I can tell you for sure our system today is better than what it was before. But you will always have these problems. So nobody is in his right mind is going to sit here and tell the people in the Gambia that you are going to be problem free. The problem will always be there, but we will try to minimize it as much as we can.
This concern is not without precedent. In June 2020, a windstorm caused an air fault on the eastern line of the national grid, leaving parts of the West Coast region and the Greater Banjul areas without electricity for several hours. Following NAVEC's termination of its contract with Car Powership, concerns have emerged regarding the utilities' preparedness for the upcoming rainy season. Mr. Sedi again.
Car Power, because people will relate it to that. Car Power is supplying only about 28% of our total demand within the GBA, not even counting what is in the provinces. Just 28%. And that 28%, we can cover it even using our generators when we bring them all back up. We have over 50 megawatts, that's what I said. So, and currently our contracts that we have, we can go more than what we need. So the question is, if the lines are okay coming from the OMVG line, we shouldn't have a problem. You'll always have people who make noise because they don't understand. But the realities are we need to focus on what is best for Gambia. And to do that, we have to do it together.
MD Sediri affirmed NAVEC's commitment to reliable service delivery and praised the dedication of the company's engineering team. With the rainy season approaching, the public remains hopeful for a steady and uninterrupted electricity supply. Osman Jata, reporting for QTV News.
Now, Crab Island TVET Training Center was inaugurated in Buyam in Fonyi Kansala district. Loliam Camera covered the inauguration and she filed this report.
Supported by the UN Peace Building Fund and implemented by ITC in partnership with UNDP and UNESCO, this initiative has received commendation for its numerous benefits and potential to reduce the unemployment rate in the Gambia, particularly among youth in the West Coast region. The facility, formerly known as the Fonyi Dinding Federation and Early Childhood Development Center, has now been transformed into a fully operational TVET center. The center will provide fully funded 9 months technical and vocational skills training for 50 young people from the 5 districts of Fonyi. Trainees will have the opportunity to acquire certificate-level skills in solar and electrical installations, as well as hairdressing and beauty therapy. The representatives of both the Alcalo and the Chief of Buyam praised the initiative and encouraged the beneficiaries to commit to the cause for their future success. Matar John, director of the Crab Island TVET Center, emphasized that the center will continue to support youth programs through a focus on empowerment, employment, and sustainability. He also highlighted the center's key focused areas.
Establishing business linked to trade or course areas offered by the training center for trainees to constantly have a feel of industry, to build their confidence during training, and to focus on income generation to subsidize tuition fees.
Idiba, the general manager of Fonyi Dinding Federation, and Aidan Jengjai, the representative of the region's governor, reiterated that the center symbolizes a shared vision of empowering youth with the technical and vocational skills necessary to create employment opportunities. Yusuf Aketa, the country director of ITC, highlighted significant strides made by his organization in youth empowerment.
we have supported the training of more than 5,000 young Gambians across the nation. And if you check today, over 90% of those young people, they have started their own business or they are employed by people.
A memorandum of understanding was signed between the Crab Island TVET Center Foundation and the Fonyi Dinding Federation. Honorable Usman Silla is the chairperson and founder of the Crab Island TVET Foundation.
I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to all those who have made this center a reality, for recognizing the need for technical and vocational education to build the capacities of young people and bridge the skills gap existing in the country. I would also like to thank our partners, the International Trade Center, for providing the funding that offers full scholarships to 50 young people from all the 5 districts, together with an additional monthly stipend. They are paid monthly stipend in addition to the scholarship given to them.
Ibrahim Sedi represented the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Higher Education at the event. Suleiman Kujabi, a student enrolled in solar and electrical installation at the center, expressed gratitude for being among the selected beneficiaries. He encouraged his fellow students to remain committed to the program, stressing that it is a rare opportunity. For QTV News, Loli M. Kamara.
We are taking a short commercial break. When we return, we'll hear about the efforts by the Ministry of Trade through its She Trades Hub initiative to empower women in onion production in the Gambia, as well as a donation of hospital equipment through the Ministry of Health by a Spanish NGO based in the Canary Islands. Stay tuned.
Gambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry, GCCI, hosts the 18th edition of the Trade Fair Gambia International, the country's premier business and innovative event that brings together local entrepreneurs, regional investors, and international brands. Trade Fair Gambia International 2025 is in full swing at the Trade Fair grounds in Bruceby Turntable. And this year, it has become a one-stop destination for all your Tabaski shopping. This year's fair showcases over 700 exhibitors from across Africa and beyond. From elegant outfits and stylish shoes to home decor, kitchenwares, and gifts for the whole family. Everything you need right here on the one roof. And beyond shopping, the fair brings a festive atmosphere with lots of food, music, and activities for the entire family. Local and regional vendors are stocked up with special Tabaski deals, making it easier than ever. to shop smart and support small businesses. Organized by the Gambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Trade Fair Gambia International 2025 is helping bring communities together and making this Tabaski more convenient, affordable, and a memorial one. So why wait? Come down to the Trade Fair ground and celebrate the season in style. Think Tabaski, think Trade Fair.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV News, and I'm Jacqueline Coley. Now, the Ministry of Trade and Industry, through its She Trades Hub initiative, in collaboration with the Fangsoto Farmers Federation, is set to dispatch over 1,000 bags of onions to the local market produced by farmers in Katong. Yafal Tugay and the officials from the Ministry of Trade visited the women in Katong, and she now reports.
Onion production is a key component of the Gambia's agricultural sector, contributing significantly to food security, income generation, and rural livelihoods. Onions are one of the most widely cultivated and consumed vegetables in the country, making them a staple in Gambian diets. Their high market demand encourages local farming, especially among smallholder farmers, including many women. Fatunjayo Jata shares what inspired her to venture into onion farming and highlights some of the challenges she and other farmers face.
We are not limited to onion farming, we also grow cabbage and a variety of other vegetables. We choose to focus on onions because they are more profitable and in high demand on the market. Onions are also relatively easier to cultivate as they are less susceptible to insect damage. However, one of our biggest challenges is the lack of proper storage facilities. We need a sustainable space to temporarily store the onions before weighing and packing them.
The She Trades Hub is an initiative by the ministry aimed at promoting local production, providing critical market linkages, and addressing long-standing marketing challenges faced by Gambian farmers, particularly women. By linking farmers to reliable markets and promoting the Eat What We Grow campaign, the initiative hopes to reduce the country's reliance on imported onions, which remains a major staple in Gambian households. Kemo Janka is the coordinator for the She Trades Hub.
We normally bring stakeholders like agriculture, like the consultancy firm, MEP consultancy firm, roots projects, and other stakeholders that have key in terms of the onion value chain. Right? So we bring them on board. We discuss what we have, including the farmers, to explain to them that we have this, and also the importers, to explain that we have this thing. We need your support in terms of addressing addressing post-harvest losses in the country. Because if we don't support them, majority of them, they cannot have market for it.
Usman Mane is a representative from the Fangsoto Farmers Federation, which spearhead the activities of the farmers.
What we normally do is we link our producers to a better market, because we all know that marketing of vegetable is a challenge in this country. So when they produce, we link them to a better market. And in terms of building their capacity, we also build them their capacity in terms of the best agronomical practices that they normally do, so that it can be in line with what they are producing.
The visit was part of an ongoing effort to support women-led agricultural enterprises and facilitate market access for their produce. Through initiatives like the She Trades Hub, the ministry is not only empowering local farmers, especially women, but also taking meaningful steps towards strengthening national food security and fostering a more self-reliant agricultural economy. Reporting for QTV News, this is Yafa Tugay.
Now, in a move to help strengthen the Gambia's healthcare system, the Ministry of Health received a donation of hospital equipment from StarUp, a non-governmental organization based in the Canary Islands in Spain. Asita Barry tells us more.
Some of the donated items include incubator machines, hospital beds, scanning machines, delivery beds, operation lamps, uniforms, monitor machines, and other essential medical tools. The equipment will be distributed to facilities across the country. Dr. Ahmadulamin Samate, the Minister of Health, highlights on the importance of the equipment.
These items are very important items, hospital beds, stretchers, trolleys, bedside lockers, ultrasound machines, and so on and so forth. These are very, very essential. We all know the use of ultrasound scanners for various pathologies, but more so for the scanning of pregnant women. This is very important because you have all seen the efforts of the government in working towards reduction of maternal morbidity and mortality. And this certainly would be a big challenge if we didn't have the tools that we need to do to make early diagnosis of the various ailments when it comes to women and children. So it is very, very critical.
Esther Monzon is the Canary Islands Minister of Health.
Thank you very much for opening your house to us. We're very happy. And this is the first day, the first time that we came here, but it's not going to be the last one. So I hope this is a beginning of a big project between the Canary Islands, Spain for Canary Islands.
Sonia Arup, President of STAOP NGO of the Canary Islands, gave a list of the beneficiary hospitals.
We brought here to the Gambia 75 hospital beds and 2 incubators, 1,000 uniforms for the professionals of the health sector. We have also brought wheelchairs, apart from hospital beds, hospital tables, and different birth tables, and many equipments that have been given to 9 clinics of the firefighters all around the Gambia, also to Bundung Hospital, Kanifing Hospital, New Yundum Maternity Ward Hospital. We had tried to distribute them all around the Gambia.
Here is Violeta Insa, charge the affairs of the Spanish Embassy in the Gambia.
This delegation has been here in a mission to strengthen their collaboration with the Gambia, not only in the health sector and emergency sector, but also trying to find new areas of collaboration, such as skills, job opportunities, social welfare. So I just want to welcome them again and thank them for being here in the Gambia. Also thanking the Minister of Health and all the ministers and Gambian officials that have made this possible and collaborated with these campaigns and projects.
The partnership between the Ministry of Health and organizations like StarUp underscores the vital role of international collaboration in building a stronger, more resilient healthcare infrastructure for the Gambia. Aisa Tubari, QTV News.
Up next is sports news. Now, the Gambia lost at home to Ivory Coast in the first leg of the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup qualifiers on Friday. The return leg in Abidjan will decide who advances to the next qualifying round. Our sports reporter Mamoudou Gajaga was there and he now reports.
Huge celebrations for Ivory Coast when Abi Naomi Ba scored the goal which proved to be the winner, with her first touch after coming on as a substitute in the second half. Dejected Gambia women's under-20 players watch in agony as they lost the first leg tie to Ivory Coast. The Gambia team had a brilliant first half, creating a golden scoring opportunity when Hélène Gomez beat the Ivorian offside trap, only to shoot low into the hands of the goalkeeper. The second half was more open, with the visitors, Côte d'Ivoire, dominating possession and displaying greater attacking flair. Ivory Coast's sustained pressure paid off when Abi Naomi Ba broke through Gambia's high-line defense and scored the ball past the goalkeeper, Marie Gomez. The Gambia made a last-ditch attempt to equalize, with Hélène Gomez again well-positioned, but she agonizingly fired her shot wide with just 2 minutes remaining. This was how coach Joseph Jabang reacted to his team's defeat to Ivory Coast.
In the second half, the only chance they have, that's the chance they scored. And that's because of the game. Yeah. But I would say a big thank you to the public. The turnout is very good. We were so happy, and they did their job. They played their part. They did support the team. And we were very happy about their support. For me as a coach, in my perspective, if we should have taken our chances, those problems we are seeing would not have been arise. Okay? I'm not talking on that department. My problem here is we should have scored and buried the game, that's all. The substitution, the double substitution I did, it paid dividend. So I will look into it and see how I will reinforce the team in Abidjan.
The 2026 African Under-20 Women's World Cup qualifiers marked the 13th edition of the biennial tournament organized by the Confederation of African Football (CAF) to determine which African Under-20 women's national team will advance to the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup. Mamudu Gajaga, QTV News.
That brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, a reminder of the stories that made headlines tonight. After a third day of protests, during which youth-led demonstrators blocked traffic at Westfield, demanding the release of colleagues detained since Thursday over allegations of undervalued sales of assets seized from former President Yahya Jammeh, it has now been confirmed that the detained protesters have been released and reunited with their peers. The managing director of the National Water and Electricity Company, Gallo Sadie, has reassured the public that NAWEC is committed to reducing frequent power outages during the upcoming rainy season. In a bid to reduce the unemployment rate in the Gambia, particularly among youth in the West Coast region, the Crab Island TVET Training Center was inaugurated on Thursday in Biam, located in the Fonyi Kansala district. The Ministry of Trade and Industry, through its She Trades Hub initiative, in collaboration with the Fangsata Farmers Federation, is set to dispatch over 1,000 bags of onions to the local market produced by farmers in Katong. In sports news, the Gambia lost to Ivory Coast at home in the first leg of the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup qualifiers at the Independence Stadium on Friday. That's all for now in this news bulletin. Join us tomorrow at 8 p.m. for the week interview with Mamadou Boch and Ali Cisse. Thanks for watching. To enjoy the rest of our programs.